I think this is going to be the last chapter.
Yeah, it probably has to be.
All right, so what's next there, boss?
I'm going to do a cheesy.
Really? I find that so hard to believe from
I'm
you.
going to do a cheesy Your Mother Should Know. And it's arguable that it's a Your Mother Should Know, but I think it's under the wire. Your Mother Should Know this song.
You know I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. You know I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I know this. What is this? Is there another line?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Here's another line.
I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. And you spelled moot wrong. You know I feel so dirty. Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl, right? Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl. Correctamundo. And, like I said, age-wise, it's just under the wire, but I was just thinking
But Your Mother Should Know doesn't mean it's an old song. It means it's a song that your mother should know.
Right, your mother would have known.
Top of the Pops kind of stuff,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. So that's certainly Top of the Pops. Not a song I would be surprised to hear on the overhead at Walmart.
No, not at all.
Like the previous. So Rick Springfield wrote that. It was from 1980 off of Working Class Dog, his one-hit album wonder thing. No interesting facts there other than he used to be on General Hospital. And
Right, yeah.
when I was laid up with my broken leg as a early 20s guy, I watched General Hospital while I was laying on the couch. It's the only time I ever did.
I watched General Hospital probably about that same time when I was in college in Carbondale.
Yeah.
When I went to college and didn't go to college. I mean,
right.
I actually
when you went to college and watched General Hospital.
I had 2 different semesters where I went and never finished the year for various reasons. Never finished the semester. Didn't get a single grade for the first 2 semesters.
Wow.
Before I said I'm paying money for no reason. At any rate, that was the left-handed man thing was going on during that time.
Gosh.
You remember that's Luke and Laura times?
I think that's Luke and Laura. That was definitely the time frame.
Yeah.
I'm sad that I remember all that and that I experienced it.
All right, so I got a ask and be deceived here for you.
Get it on.
You, sir, absolutely know this song.
So I should or I should not be deceived? You should be deceived by this question. Why does he question whether he needs to remain tied to the mast? Why does he question whether he needs to remain tied? I know the story behind the song or the reference to the actual. Why do I need to be tied? I need more. I don't know. I feel like I know it, but.
Could it be that he has found?
Could it be that he's found
his home at last?
What is it?
It's Home at Last by Steely Dan.
Oh, no. No.
Well, the danger on the rock. Do you hear how poorly I sing this?
Yes,
the rocks
I don't know
is
that
surely
song.
past.
I do not know that song well.
Still I remain tied to the mast.
I do. I mean, I know it, but I don't know it well.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
you should
that
be.
was not...
Paula is going to be coming to your house to smack the hell out of you. Because
I do know that song.
When we went and saw Brooklyn Charmers, it was the encore.
And I think I do remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the song, but it is not one of my.
It is
not one of my Steely Dan songs.
It is my favorite Steely Dan song.
It is?
Oh, absolutely.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
First off, Bernard Purdie on the drums doing the Purdie shuffle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just my hair is standing up right now.
I'm not
hearing it in my head.
Right. I would not dispute its validity as a standalone Steely Dan song, but
there was a long, long period in my life where it was like, okay, you got this. Why are you still fucking it up?
Yeah. Right.
Like that was figured it out. You know what to do. You understand how it works.
Right. Get out of your own way.
Get out of your own way.
Right.
That's what this song is about to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is absolutely. It's one of those that like gets me down deep.
Right.
Like
right.
not just gets me down deep, but gets me.
Gets me down deep.
Yeah.
Right. The song gets you. No, I get it. The song's sentient and it gets you.
You're
probably written for you.
You're an ass.
Okay, it's another Your Mother Should Know.
Oh, there we go.
You ready?
Sure.
Here it comes.
I never heard it on the air. I never saw it on the show. But something, now it's in my rock and roll.
Very nice.
If
but I heard it in the alley. Now it's in my rock and roll.
Hold on. Don't say the next line. If you want to know a secret, you got to promise not to tell.
Right.
If you want to get to heaven, you got to raise a little hell.
Nice.
Isn't
nice.
that Black Oak, Arkansas, or
it's OMD.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
Ozark Mountain Daredevils.
The original OMD.
Yes, not the Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark OMD.
Right.
The
yes.
original
We've had
OMD.
this conversation before.
We have.
You being a Missouri boy.
I'm a Missourian, so Ozarks, you know. That's a really good song, and it's kind of a forgotten about song, and I don't know why it popped into my head the other day, but that used to be a huge put that on when you're jumping in the car with your buddies to go to the party song. Like,
sure. Yeah, I get
you. Like you know, that was like, turn it on again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a huge song. written by John Dillon and Steve Cash from 1973 off of the album Ozark Mountain Daredevil. It's a good listen, and that is actually a really good album.
I don't doubt it.
And worth going to listen to. There's
Sure.
a lot of good tunes on that album.
That was a band that we all knew who they were because that song was a pretty big hit, even in
Sure.
Chicago, right? But
Yeah.
and I guess across the country. But like they never really got a lot of.
They didn't hit superstardom. Sort of.
Well, and the other thing is, I think they were like, oh, there's another country band, another country rock band,
and
and that people didn't take seriously. That had some. What's the other band I just mentioned? Black Oak, Arkansas.
Oh, Black Oak, Arkansas.
I mean, there's
yeah.
some great stuff there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
they do.
definitely what it is. You know?
Yeah, and there's some tongue-in-cheek stuff
Right.
with Black Oak, Arkansas, especially.
But they're both really good bands.
Yeah, absolutely.
Party music, good rock and
Absolutely.
roll, good
Yeah.
boogie.
Absolutely. Okay, we got
All right, a twist and shout. You should know some lyrics to Black Friday by the one, the only one, the Mr. Steely Dan.
I'll stand down by the door and
And catch
catch the brave men as they dive from the
14th floor.
14th floor. I was going to say 17th.
There you go. Off of Katie Lied. By again, Becker and Fagan, 1975.
Black Friday is really one of my very favorite.
It's a
Steely Dan
great
songs.
tune. And that whole, I don't know if it's keyboard that comes in at the beginning, at the very beginning. A rare Walter Becker guitar solo. One of the very few songs
did
that
not
Walter
know
Becker
this.
actually plays the guitar solo. He plays the guitar on most of it.
Sure.
And bass on some of it.
But he does
this is
solo.
actually his solo.
Yeah, it's a good solo.
And it's a good solo.
Oh
It's
my
not,
gosh, yeah.
It's not on the level of the ones we were talking about before.
But it's still
a damn good
memorable,
solo.
and
yeah.
in context of the song, it's a fit, and I can remember the whole thing. It's another one that I can just play off. Anyway, okay, cool, very cool. More Steely Dan. This has been our Steely Dan sign-off episode.
I was going to take the chance, and obviously you had the same thought.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like we avoid it enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just dump some out there.
They can bitch during the next episode.
The only sort of
reservation.
I have is that they're not the only band that deserves as much attention from us.
No, they're
You know what
not.
I'm
But
saying?
they are a band that you and I both love.
It is. It's
that we
true.
have
It's true.
intentionally avoided during the show.
Yes, I
And
agree.
our singular most prominent fan, Paula.
Well, that's part of
it's
why.
also one of her
right,
favorite.
It's part
bands.
of why I'm doing a little.
Right.
Yeah, a little.
It's
propers,
almost like she was here, but without the annoying little chatter.
giving her a little propers.
I just said that intentionally.
I would like to make sure that everyone knows, in
was me.
particular, especially someone knows that Race of Apes said that very specifically. Okay, let me see. What do I got? Oh, here. This one is actually kind of for you.
Okay, cool. I'm considering that I'm the guy sitting here.
You know what? I might just turn this around. It was going to be a prime.
Okay, you gonna make it an ask?
I think I'm going to make it a twist.
Okay.
You should know some lyrics to Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath. Really? Do you know the song? Does it?
I know the
is it in your
song,
head?
but I couldn't pull a lyric out of my ass if it was
Really?
on fire. Yeah.
That's your boy singing there,
Yeah.
Ronnie James.
Ronnie James.
And one of his
Bigger
in
hits with
his
them.
known singing stuff, I think one of his better vocal.
Yeah, I couldn't get the two
performances.
lyrics together right now.
Sing me a song, you're the singer. Do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil. It's a good song. It's a very good song.
That wasn't a bad rendition there, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I dig that song. I'm not a super metal fan, and I'm not a super Dio fan. I like Dio's voice, and there are several Dio songs that I really appreciate, like I'm into. But I'm not like a super.
So you wouldn't say that like he's the
I
ultimate
wouldn't say
rock
he's
and roll
the
singer.
greatest rock and roll voice. I wouldn't say the greatest, but that is a song that frequently visits my head, and I sing through. It's a good song. It's got
That's the power of Dio, literally
cool
reaching into your brain.
stuff. And now Dio is yacht rock, and that's forever.
Oh man, there are going to be people at
and
your
I'm
house. I'm not telling anybody where you live because they'll show up with guns and shit.
I'm gonna start the pet name RJ Dio now. From now it's gonna be RJ Dio. Oh, play that RJ Dio
You better
song.
be glad that Wayne is across the street right now because he might be sitting on your head. If
Yeah,
that
I
weren't
know.
the case.
I know. Okay, so that was Heaven and Hell from Black Sabbath,
sorry,
written by Ronnie James Dio, Tony Iommi, and William
Tony
Iommi.
Iommi. You got an L in there?
Oh no, I see the I as an L, and I
Oh,
misread
yeah.
it, and I've had half a beer. William
true.
T. Ward and Terrence Butler, 2008, off of The Rules of Hell.
Actually, you've exceeded half a beer.
No, I'm really.
Yeah, but you had this one.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
So probably I'm actually
He's
at
actually
half a beer.
drunk.
I'm actually at half a beer, recklessly so.
He is, by the way, no joke. When it comes to the drinking thing, I don't know about earlier in his life,
super
but he's a
lightweight.
huge lightweight. He may have been the drunkard that I am when he was younger.
Earlier in my life, I was a hog, just a disgusting alcohol guzzling
Fall
idiot.
down drunk kind of
Yes. Until my why am I telling my personal story here? Until my late teens, believe it or not, it all happened before I turned 20, and then it was all shut off.
Good.
So,
because if we
I
were
mean,
both,
not good,
if we,
but
if
better
we were
than
both
the
alcoholics
alternative.
like me, we'd never get anything done.
Okay,
All right,
what you got? What
I
you
have
got?
quick hits for you.
Hit me quick.
There you go.
My lyric challenge is I got it. I got it. I got it. I got your number on the wall. I got it. For a good time call, Jenny.
What's
Jenny,
the number?
867-5309.
Okay.
A funny story.
Oh, please.
Maybe one person at work will hear this. I'm not going to say where work is or who the person was, but I overheard in my work area
At your current employer?
and my current employer,
Okay.
another employee, a little down the way, picked up a call. It was on speaker and talking to another person in the building at large, the plant. Hey, can you give me the phone number so I can call that person, whatever? And the other person said, okay, you ready to write this down? Like really queued it up right and got her distracted and slowly said, it's 867-5309. And she sounded it back and did not catch on. It was great.
Was it
was
someone
great.
that should have known the reference?
Oh, absolutely.
the-
And
of the
after she
appropriate
got
age.
it, I mean, the rest of the day, she just kept kicking back to, he nailed me on that. I feel like such an idiot. That was so stupid.
I'm
Like
gonna have
over
to
and
try
over.
that. I am going to try that.
He did it very dry, very matter, and
Yeah.
it was in the course of that brief business, that
Yeah.
sort of important business conversation
That's
moment.
brilliant.
Yeah, he packaged it really well, and the package delivered
Fucking great.
and blew up.
I
It
am
was great.
definitely doing that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
man. All right, so that's Tommy Two-Tone, who I always assumed was a persona of a guy. And it was not. It was the name of the band.
Name of the band, right.
I thought that there was a guy
The
being...
lead singer was Tommy Two-Tone or something like that.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. No.
Right.
Written by Alex Call and Jim Keller off of the album Tommy Two-Tone Number 2. However,
Gross.
in 1981, it was released in 81, and in 1982, it reached number 1. All of the quick hits that I have today were number one hits.
ones of
And I
one
do
form
have
or
an
another.
actual real story here. And this one's going to take a sec.
Go.
Okay?
Go. How he got to be two-toned?
No, it's about Jenny, about the song. We've all heard stories about it over the years,
Sure.
right? According to lead guitarist Jim Keller, interviewed by People magazine, Jenny is a regular girl, not a hooker. Friends of mine wrote her name and number on a men's room wall at a bar. I called her on a dare, and we dated for a while. I haven't talked with her since the song became a hit, but I hear she thinks I'm a real jerk for writing it.
And rightfully so
Okay.
for a good time call.
Right. The band's lead singer, Tommy Heath, not one of the writers of the song. Jim Keller was one of the writers of the song. The guitarist was.
Tommy Heath, the lead singer, was not.
Was
He's
not.
a
And his story
songwriter.
was he had a different version of the song's origin, but also with a real girl and number. He claims the number belonged to a girl he knew and that he wrote it on a bathroom wall in a motel where they were staying as a joke. We laughed about it for years.
Huh.
However, co-writer Alex Call explained his version of the song's origins in a June 24th interview with Song Facts. Despite all the mythology to the contrary, and this is him speaking now, I actually just came up with the Jenny and the telephone number and the music and all that just sitting in my backyard. There was no Jenny. I don't know where the number came from, and I was trying to write a 4-chord rocker, and it just kind of came out. This was back in 81 when I wrote it. I had at the time a little squirrel-powered 4-track in this industrial yard in California, and I went up there and made a tape of it. I had a guitar lick. I had the name and the number, but I didn't know what the song was about. This buddy of mine, Jim Keller, the other guy, stopped by that afternoon and said, Al, it's a girl's number on a bathroom wall. And we had a good laugh. So, like,
Three very different.
two of the writers of the song.
Yeah. And three very different stories in total. That is
Rock
you know
and
what
roll.
That is. That's rock and roll. That's rock and roll. I would like to
Know the real deal?
see if any of the supposed Jennies came forward.
I know that for a long time, like, that number was blacked out in a bunch of different area codes.
Oh, sure. Well, yeah, makes sense. I wonder what would happen if he actually called it. Never tried to. Maybe I did, and I was just wiped out when I did.
Sure.
I don't remember.
Sure.
That is entirely possible.
If somebody said,
at the time,
Hi, this is Jenny. I'm out on a date. I'll be back. Call me later for a good time.
Okay, my turn. And you're going to get it with this.
You're going to get it.
You might know this song, but as much as I enjoy this song, you should know this song.
All right. What kind of challenge is this?
It's Prime. It's straight up Prime.
The captain laughs. He says, "You boys want some sex?" Why don't you give me the next line, please?
Here it is.
You can squeeze the sails and you can lick the decks. What is this?
You know the artist Jay Ferguson?
Mm-hmm.
Shakedown Cruise.
Okay, I don't know the song.
You don't know that song?
Oh,
It's a rocker. It's a very cool song.
Yeah, wait, do I?
It was a shakedown cruise. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that's familiar.
That beat. Heavy, piano pounding, and it's got a cool melody. It's got a cool rhythm. It's got a cool piano in it.
And some cool lyrics.
It's got really, really creative, cool lyrics in it. It's sung well. It's performed well. I mean, it's just a fun-ass, cool song that needs to be on the playlist. It's a cool song.
Excellent. Excellent.
Written by Jay Ferguson, 1979, off the album Real Life Ain't This Way, which I like. And I don't have any background information on it. It just popped into my head, and I had to get it on there.
There you
Get
go.
it on.
All right, I got a couple of. I have 3 beans for you.
Okay, you gonna give me 3 beans?
3 beans.
What are we jacking a beanstalk here? What's happening? Am I giving you a cow?
You can jack the beanstalk yourself, pal. Okay.
Right. Keep your cow. It's a big black cow, though. I'll trade you for those beans.
All right. I know you love the beans, so I did some extras. I actually intentionally put extras in there just for you. But
You know, beans are the magical fruit. You do know that.
your clue is
You're not going to touch the
it was
beans
a
and the
segue.
magical
That's
fruit.
what we call a segue in the biz.
Oh, this is so fun because this actual bean enchiladas is the bean enchilada that my dad, when I was a kid, made up for this song. This is the very bean enchilada.
Really?
Bald-headed woman. Absolutely. He would drive around in the old truck. I was in the seat next to him, and he would make fun of the song by singing Bald-Headed Woman. Woman, oh woman, to me, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So the lyrics are bald-headed woman will freeze in the bean enchiladas version. But in reality, it's the Bee Gees, the Gibbs brothers.
The brothers Gibb.
The brothers Gibb. And
Doing More Than a Woman.
More Than a Woman to Me from
Which was
1977.
8. Very
Oh,
good.
not
Nice.
too bad.
I am impressed. You are rarely less than 4 or 5 years off.
Rarely within 5. Yeah. Oh, that was fun. Because, okay, next bean.
All right. Unrelated bean.
It's a 1, 2, 3 bean box.
Oh, man. Part of me is saying I'm glad it's over. Okay.
Understandably. Okay, my screwed up lyric is, I'm so queasy, I'll fall in the tub. Oh, my gosh.
More than one band had a hit with the real version of this.
So queasy, I'll fall in the tub. You got another goofy line or not?
No.
I'm so queasy. Come on.
It's so easy to fall in love.
I'm so queasy, I'll fall in. My mind actually did have that for just a lightning flash in the rotation of songs it was trying to fit in.
That was a hit for Linda Ronstadt in 1977 and for Buddy Holly and the Crickets in 1958. Written by Buddy Holly and Norman Petty. The Linda Ronstadt album was Single Dreams. For Buddy Holly, it was a single.
Nice. More Linda Ronstadt. We tucked at least some Linda Ronstadt in the last episode. I didn't read that Linda Ronstadt link you sent.
You didn't?
I did not.
You bastard. Essentially what that link was saying was that she inadvertently created the Eagles.
Really?
Because her backing band for her first or second album, might have been her first album, was Fry and Henley.
Okay.
Were the 2 guys that she initially got together, and then one of them suggested Randy Meisner.
Sure.
And
To join the
band,
backing band.
The backing band, and someone else suggested whoever the 4th member was. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was essentially, she wasn't taking credit for it. She was saying, I kind of accidentally created the
Oh,
Eagles.
right. These guys all got together under my watch.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, and this is the third beans.
Third bean, third of three. 3 blind beans. Think of all the songs that 3 can work into.
3 little birds, 3 little beans.
Yeah. Here we go. The screwed up lyric is cereal, living hard on cereal. That's hilarious by itself. Just living hard on cereal. Cereal, living hard on cereal. Come on, brain. Come on, brain.
Cereal.
Oh, no. Now I'm thinking of a Duran Duran song. Serious? No, I'm not getting it.
It's Steer It Up.
Living hard on cereal.
By Bob Marley and the Wailers and by Johnny Nash.
Yes.
Written by Bob Marley. It was
Living hard on cereal. It's a song about hard times and eating like ramen and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Living hard on cereal.
Living hard on cereal.
Nash hit number 12 in the U.S. Bob Marley and the Wailers issued a re-recording on 74 on Catch a Fire. The single didn't appear on a chart, but it did once it was on the record.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I think that song.
Well, and it was like 12 years later.
Well, right.
That's
bizarre, actually.
It was never on a record. It was just a single. Got nothing. Then Marley got big, and it showed up on a record, and all of a sudden
it's a different song. But the song has all its merits.
Right.
Like, what? You don't enjoy it more. It's not a higher quality song because he's famous. So bizarre how that works.
Yeah, well, people are jerks. All right. So I just gave you 3 in a row there on the, what do you call them? The Beanses?
The Beanses. That was rather enjoyable, actually. Thank you
might
for
like that. That was
thank
a
you
special gift to you.
Thank you for 3 beans. That, you know what that doesn't amount to, though?
Hill.
Hill of beans. Doesn't amount to a hell of beans. Okay, I'm going to give you
It's actually a small pile of beans.
Small pile of beans. I'm going to give you a straight up prime.
All right.
On a song that I hope brings to mind for you. I mean, it'll be on the playlist and all that stuff, but I really hope it triggers because this is a song I lost track of for a long time, and it is a really, I like a song that is dear to me or something, I don't know, that I really appreciate, really used to dig.
And my lyric challenge is, well, I stand up for liberty, but can't liberate. Pent up agony, I can see you take first place. I see you take first place. Give me the next one. Well, who does this treachery, I shout with bleeding hand. Is it you or is it me? I never will understand. I don't know what this is, but I like it.
Well, here's the chorus line just because I want it to pop into your head without me telling you.
Hey, Lord, don't ask me questions. Who is this?
It's Graham Parker.
What's the name of the song?
Don't ask me questions. That's the name of the song.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's a really, really cool
Graham
song.
Parker.
It's a smart song.
And go ahead.
Well-written song.
We don't talk enough about Graham Parker.
Graham Parker. He's a pretty substantial figure.
Yeah, erudite kind of guy. Very
right.
intelligent. Very, his lyrics are very.
Yeah. He totally reminds me, like Elvis Costello pulled from Graham Parker.
Right.
Like there's no way he didn't derive from Graham Parker.
Yeah, I don't know if they were Confederates or what, but
sure, yeah.
But that whole same, and it could be a Brit thing too. That whole whole dry, look for the meaning behind the words. It's smarter than you think it is.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm saying I'm saying something witty, but there's something much deeper behind it.
Right. But even the performance stylization, the vocal styling and what have you, it just always smacked me as Elvis Costello. And there's another song that I'm not going to get in on clues, but that I wanted to of his, and this was an even more bizarre song to hear on the overhead at Walmart, more bizarre than probably any song I've heard, and that was Graham Parker's Local Girls. Don't bother with it, local girls. And that wasn't one of his
one of those
well-known songs.
It's one of those that I know pretty well, but I'm more of a Graham Parker fan. It did
hit like rock radio a bit.
Yeah.
And I was familiar with it, and I dig that song too. I always loved that song, but I knew that it wasn't like this song. Don't Ask Me Questions is way more known.
Yes.
And that song came on the overhead mix at literally a Walmart. I was like, what is happening in the world? How did
It's the
this
end of
song
the
get
world as
into
we know it, buddy.
anybody's
Yeah.
mix? So,
And actually, that was the song that came to mind when you were talking about the juxtaposition between him and Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
Because it's very much right in that vein.
Very. So before I miss it, Hey Lord, Don't Ask Me Questions. It was written by Graham Parker from 1976 off of the album Howlin' Wind. There, your dies are odded and your crees are tossed.
Okay. God, you know he is so weird, kid.
Okay, get it on with the next one, brother.
All right, I have a your mother, and it's literally a your mother should know. I tried very hard for all of you mothers for this episode to actually be something that your mom would recognize.
Okay.
Nope, that's not
Which
it.
probably, doesn't help me, but it should.
Well, it's also, quite frankly, in the case of your mother, a wider range than it would be for a lot of other moms.
Yeah.
Your mom, apparently, although I've never met her, was pretty cool musically there. This one has to be on the playlist. That's why it's here.
Has to be.
Your clue is?
Damn, I know this song. I can turn the grayest sky bluer. Hit me
All
with
right,
the next.
first off, separate the I from the rest of the lyrics in both cases.
I can turn the grayest sky bluer.
Hold on. And this one is sung a whole register lower than the first line.
I can make it rain whenever I want it to. It's not clicking.
I can turn a river into a raging fire.
That line sounds
Can
familiar.
live forever if I so desire.
Oh, what is that song?
But my life is incomplete.
Yeah.
And I am so blue. Because I can't get next to you, girl.
Can't get next to you.
How do you not fucking come up with that song, Reed?
Yes. No, it was, yeah. My brain is not doing a great job pulling them out today.
So last
for
night,
sure.
Or earlier this week, rather, when our friend Gio was over, we were playing pool.
Yeah.
And we were listening to an R&B mix on Google Music, right?
Sure.
And this song came on. And at the very, very beginning of the song, it was like there's a bunch of chatter and noise.
Right.
And the guy goes, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And that happened. And I stopped what was going on in the room. And I walked over like, I'm really sorry. And I turned it all the way up. And then for the
Whatever you
next
were
3.5
talking
minutes,
about.
next 2 minutes and 57 seconds, I was just dancing.
Right.
I don't care how stupid I look or how
Right. What anybody thought.
what anybody thought. Because this song,
Right.
if this song don't make you get up and dance,
You were
Jack,
possessed.
you dead.
Yeah. The beat, the guitar,
Yep.
the whole thing. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's Can't Get Next
Can't
to You by
believe-
the Temps, written by Norman Whitfield and Barrett Strong, who wrote so much of their stuff. Just an
It's an
absolute
excellent
fucking
tune.
rocker.
Excellent tune. So good.
All right.
Such another shame. My brain's just not in the groove. I'm just not hitting them.
Well, you picked a good day for it, bitch.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
All right. So I think I've got a couple of challenges left that I had prepared for this.
Yeah.
I pretty much have used up all of my stuff.
Me too.
I do have one more beans for you. You can take your turn, or I can toss it out now. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go with a prime. I'm gonna slap you with that.
Pull myself together. Gonna put on a new face. Yeah. Keep it coming.
Need more?
Need more. Give me more. Climb down from the hilltop, baby. I don't know what it is. What is
Lord, get back in the race.
it? Or get back in the race. What is it?
Dreams I'll never see. Mr. Almond Brothers first, and then Molly Hatchet.
Really?
Pull myself together. Well,
Dreams. It's Dreams.
Dreams.
I have a note to play the live version of Almond Brothers Dreams in my note. In
your stuff?
In my stuff.
Yeah.
Because the
Dreams.
live version, I heard it the other day on Sirius, and it's like, man, this is so fucking good, and I never remember that I like it. And I actually made a note in my
And both
podcast
versions, Molly Hatchet's version is their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like they changed it up, and to me, they did a great job
I mean,
with
and
it. But the Almond
if
Brothers,
you think about the fact that Greg Allman is one of the great blues voices of our time,
yeah.
the guy does a great job getting right there next to him.
right,
in the-
getting
in the
next to him,
Molly
and,
Hatchet version.
and what they did musically with it compared to the Almond Brothers. But both versions are, you
that's-
got to listen to both.
That's
for
saying
sure.
some shit.
Yeah.
That really is saying some
Yeah,
shit.
I always liked the Molly Hatchet version because they did their own thing with it. So Almond Brothers, 69, Molly Hatchet, 78, written by Greg Allman, and the albums respectively, the Almond Brothers and Molly Hatchet. So
Very nice. Excellent choice.
So take
Excellent
that,
choice, sir.
Take that train down the tracks.
All right. Well, there's something I haven't said before that I really wanted to cover in this episode.
Yeah.
Donate to Wikipedia. Okay. They are under attack by some very powerful and influential people. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, completely unfounded.
Yes.
Okay, it is the last respite of real information that is not biased towards one side or the other on the whole. There may be articles on Wikipedia that are biased in one direction or the other. There are articles on Wikipedia that are biased in one direction or the other. But it is curated and edited by the public at large. And Wikipedia has some pretty strong guardrails and guidelines in place to make sure that people aren't putting bullshit up there.
Right.
Okay? And the whole kerfluffle, and I'm going to get out here and say this.
Oh.
Okay? I'm sorry.
No.
The whole kerfluffle is that over 20% of their annual budget was set aside for what people are calling DEI, diversity, inclusion
and
equity.
Right.
Right. And what it means for them, for that particular organization, what they're putting under that heading, and they've changed the name of that since of that heading,
right,
since this kerfluffle happened,
right,
is that they want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to edit Wikipedia. They're not talking about hiring LGBTQRXYZ. They're not talking about...
If you are a person who knows about this and can contribute legitimate information
and
a topic...
And don't necessarily have the means to do so, their version of DEI is to provide that to everyone, not just the folks with money or access to the technology.
It's the truth of open format, open sourcing stuff.
Right.
And there are topics or articles or pages on there that maybe currently have biased information because a person entered information with an opinion-based tilt
rather than
but
fact-based.
The idea is that article, that page, any page that's put there can then be balanced by the group of humans on the planet,
not AI,
as whole.
Right.
It can be righted by the collective knowledge and information on a subject. So,
and I want to say because we don't generally talk political stuff on here for a very good reason, because we don't want to burden our listeners.
Right. Our listeners, we don't want that person to feel
like they have to have an opinion on who we are or what we think.
Right.
But I want to say this. If me mentioning this or bringing it up to you has offended you, I am genuinely sorry. But I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe that it's important that no one entity gets to say what we get to know.
Well,
and that's what Wikipedia is truly about.
Right.
It's about open sourcing knowledge to everyone, open sourcing to everyone so that everyone has access to it.
Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And that is a scary thing for some forces that be and has been through history.
Right.
And, you mentioned that you believe that it's important. My adjustment from my perspective on that, or however you want to put it, not meaning to sound arrogant or be in your face, is it doesn't fucking matter what I believe or what you believe. There is a reality, a truth that,
like it or not, is shared by us all.
Like it or not, it's something that is contributed to from more perspectives is better than something that is contributed to from one or a select few perspectives.
Yes.
And that information in that form, and Wikipedia is a big thing. It has the potential, although to their credit, it's largely known that the people running, as it were, Wikipedia are not using it as a political club.
Right.
They're not using it to push agendas. They're not using it to manipulate. They're trying...
Or a financial club or whatever.
Right. They're trying their best to simply maintain an arena that everybody can contribute to for knowledge and information.
And they truly want it to be accurate.
Right. Factual, accurate information.
Not opinions, not slants.
Not op-ed bullshit.
Right.
Right.
And again,
which is where the balance comes in of allowing other people to correct.
Yes. I am sincerely apologetic if I've offended anyone, but I personally think that it's important that forums like this that allow everyone access, that allow everyone to have access to real information, to real, accurate, truthful information, are critical to the survival of our species.
I think that's really what it boils down to.
You know?
Couldn't have put it better myself. It's really critical to humanity, period.
Right. Regardless of political bent or ideology or any of
Country,
that.
race,
Right.
religious background, any
So,
of that. Yeah.
at the risk of sounding redundant, please
Donate to Wikipedia.
to
Support the platform, especially in this time when they're being attacked by people who are afraid of the fact that it is open, not controlled information.
Right.
Pure information.
Yes. Okay.
And
climbing down off the
it's
horse.
Back to our regularly scheduled program, ladies and gentlemen.
Our pregnantly scheduled program.
Pregnantly scheduled program.
Okay, so
we
what
got
do
a couple more each, and then we're gonna.
I don't know that I even have any more, brother. I might be all out of stuffs. Let me look.
I got one for you that I'm gonna send over to you while we're doing this,
Please
because
do.
there are a couple more that I want to tuck in, and then I'll
Absolutely.
be gone too. So I just want this song on there because I think you'll get a kick out of it. You may not grab this tune, but you should remember this tune. I know you know it. I don't know if you'll remember it or recognize it.
And it's up on the screen now.
It's up on the screen now.
If time itself was his demeanor, there'd be no sunlight or a glimmer
Next line is,
of sunlight landing on the street. Some say girls must be discreet. Well, it started off kind of higher up and dropped down way lower. I'm lost. What is it?
I'll give you this to cue you in. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun.
Nope.
I might like you better if we slept together.
Oh, the Donnas, right?
Romeo Void.
Oh, Romeo
Romeo Void from back in the core of the
Alt period,
80s,
yeah.
1982.
And you know what the best part of that song is? The way she says it.
I know.
I might like you better if we slept
Together. Yeah, yeah.
That's a great. Thank you for getting
It
that in there.
is. I wanted it on, and I wanted it in your head. So there it is. It's off the album Benefactor, written by Benjamin Bossie, Deborah Lyle, Frank Zinkavage, Larry Carter, and Peter Woods. We got some kids playing in the yard next to us. Yeah, the rest of the lyrics of that song are really, I mean, you know, whether some of them are bass or this or that, they're sort of really well written.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a cool song. And a cool beat and a cool, memory of that.
All right, I got a last beans here for you. I'm just digging through
Another bean.
each folder and trying to find
Right.
what I've got left.
Scrounging. We're scavenging. I've only got a couple more. So, my lyric challenge is Garden Gnome verifies cheese. Garden Gnome makes me gnarly. Hold on, I got to back up because I'm paying too much attention to these twisted words. Garden Gnome verifies cheese. I'm super distracted. I mean, I'm 100% distracted. I'm seeing the Garden Gnome verifying the cheese at the farm.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh my
That's
God.
hilarious. Oh, I can see the little. He's like walking around, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Over to the next table, putting
Yep.
his little initials. Got his Garden Gnome pen with a feather off the back. Okay, Garden Gnome verifies cheese. That should get makes me.
It should.
Makes
The
me
whole
gnarly.
thing
Garden
should
Gnome
really flow for
makes
you.
me gnarly.
If you just didn't have a picture of a little stubby guy.
Oh, there it is. No, that's not. That can't be it. I had a song that I thought it fit in, but it doesn't. What is it?
It's Modern Love.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Garden Gnome verifies cheese. Makes me gnarly. I didn't think I was trying to fit the Garden Gnome into Modern Love, and I was like,
Garden Gnome, Modern Love. It's the same number of syllables.
It is the same number of syllables. But I got in there and I was like, no, it's probably not that because Garden Gnome, Modern Love. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
Modern Love by
Fucking
David
hilarious.
Bowie, written by David Bowie. The band was David Bowie. 1983, Let's Dance.
Oh.
What an amazing album. That's the Stevie Ray Vaughan
Yes.
guitar album.
Yes.
That is as end to end, like complete album, my favorite Bowie album. There are songs that I like, other Bowie songs I like better here and there. But
Yeah.
as far as the entirety of an album, and it's like I'm assuming that my son would tell you that it's not really all Bowie because it's really more pop, dance, not the intense political satire or,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? That like it's,
Yeah.
or Bowie sells out maybe it'd be a better,
What they would,
what they might think. But like to me, it's not thematic like Spiders from Mars. you know?
But it's still, think of the social commentary of that song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Gets me to the church on time. Like there's still a lot of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a version of Cat People on that song. Putting Out Fire is the name of the song.
Yeah.
But it's the Cat People, from the movie, the
Yeah.
theme. That's different than the
soundtrack, right?
The
movie
soundtrack.
Song.
That's really pretty cool. It's a great album. It's one of the
like
three Bowie albums that I ever actually bought. And if whatever that says about me, so be it. I'm a dweeb. But
put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
oh, that tune, man, that is a
playing
great
on the radio.
song.
There's nothing, I don't think. Anyway,
Some people are snobby about Bowie because he has a certain esoteric
right. The esoteria, the conceptiness, the super weirdness that he's supposed to maintain.
I do have one last. Apparently I have one more twist and shout.
I've got this for you.
What do you got?
That I have to get on here, and this is kind of my last here. So I don't know if I'm going to scrounge anything else up. I'll take a look while you're looking, but I have to get this on here. I almost missed this. Man, I hope this song pops into your head. This is just a prime. So here's your first lyric.
You thought
clue.
it was a joke, and so you laughed. You laughed when I had said that losing you would make me flip my lid, right? You thought it was a joke, and so you laughed. You laughed when I had said.
There's your second lyric.
Okay, and the second lyric is, you laughed. I heard you laugh. You laughed, and laughed, and then you left. But now you know I'm utterly mad. I don't know what it is. What is it?
It's They're Coming to Take Me Away.
Oh, Dr. Demento era. Yes. There we go.
Yeah, that is so great to have in there. That's by
now you know I'm utterly mad.
Napoleon VII, believe it or not, is the name of the band or the artist.
Or the
which
whack job.
I did not remember from back in the time, but I did remember the song. And this song was not heard overhead at Walmart. This was heard in my head after years.
30 years?
It just popped into my head.
So did you guys have access to Dr. Demento here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Dr. Demento Show.
Right.
Yeah.
And this was effectively their theme song.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. They're coming to take me away.
Ha ha. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be fun to have in there, and a lot of people get a kick out of that. I'm sure right now, all one listener. Jerry Samuels is the writer of that song. It was from 1966 off of the album They're Coming to Take Me Away. Ha ha. That is the full proper name
title
of the album. And as I had hoped, the kick you got out of realizing what that song was.
Absolutely. All right, so I have one twist left, and I have one regular prime left.
Okay.
And we can stop here, or I can do those.
Oh, have at it. Roll them out.
So we'll give you the prime first.
I'm calling it done.
Okay, so here's your prime. You got to know this song.
This is a straight prime lyric. Life is like a card game. Always take a chance.
And your second clue?
This seems like a lyric I wasn't paying enough attention to. Second clue is, well, there's no money, honey, it ain't no romance. Well, there's no money, honey, it ain't no romance. I'm not getting the lyric phrasing right. I know this song.
It's a band you like.
What is it?
It's Jay Giles' band. The song is called Pack Fair and Square. From 1970.
So it's a song I've heard, but I may not know very well.
Written by Big Walter Price, also known as Thunderbird Price. He was a singer-songwriter and pianist. I don't think
Is it a cover?
It's a cover. Big Walter Price was the original version. Yeah. I don't have any other notes on it. I got it because of the Jay Giles Band version.
Sure,
I only know about the Walter Price version because he... actually, it doesn't say that it's a cover. It just says that he was the writer.
He was the original writer.
Original writer. But I'll look that up when I do the playlist. And that's all I got on that one. I do have one more for you on Twist.
Hit me. Roll them.
Okay, you should know some lyrics to Any Major Dude. We're finishing up with Steely Dan here.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep, that cool little keyboard thing at the beginning.
You've actually given me a lyric challenge for Any Major Dude before. And you know what I'm hearing? Life is hard. You're afraid to pay the fee. I've got the two songs mixed up, and I can't hear Any Major Dude.
You've got Dirty Work in your head.
Mixed into I Lose. Here, let me Google it real quick.
No cheating, even at the end.
No.
Okay,
I'm
so
failing.
There's a word in this song that only appears in one other rock and roll song.
Yes, this is the lyric challenge you gave me. And that was part of the clue. And
Squonk.
Yeah, that was part of the clue. No, I'm not going to get any of it. I didn't get that.
Have you ever seen a squonk's tears? Well, look at mine. The people on the street have all seen better times.
Yeah.
Any major dude with half a heart surely would tell you, my friend.
Any major dude with half a heart. That's the part I definitely should have got.
Any minor world that falls apart that breaks apart, falls together
again. When the demon is at your door.
In the morning,
he won't be there no more.
Any major dude will tell you. All right. That's the end of the challenges.
Man, I could not get the melody I just kept hearing. Yep.
You hit me with Dirty Work, and I think I missed that challenge.
I think so.
That was way back.
Several episodes ago.
I'm going to say that was in the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, maybe so.
All right, so we've covered all the challenges. We've covered Donate to Wikipedia.
I do have about 400 more if you just want me to touch on them. I mean, I could just skim through them real quick.
We're well over 3 and on our way to 4 hours here, right?
It's hours.
And we are going to, as I said before, and as Reed has read it, we're going to break it up into chapters. We're going to try to get them all dropped the same week.
It'll be icebergs.
Yeah. So is there anything else? I mean, in all sincerity, okay, it's going to be at least a while before we do this again, if we do it again ever.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about before we go?
And even if there's a thought, I see the possibility of maybe it being like a monthly thing as opposed to a weekly thing.
Sure.
If it does, but
well, the listener will be happy to hear that if that's the case.
All of that is left to sort of tumble around until something's decided or not. The only thing I have left is probably the obvious, and that is to repeat to whoever cares and whoever might be listening or interested, but just for the universe, thanks. I mean, just thank you. A straight up, this is great. And obviously directly to you, sitting across the table from me.
It's been a super fun year.
It's cheesy as it can be, and I wish there were. I'm not really into cheesy, but I don't know a way around it.
You're not really into cheesy.
I'm into goofy, but I'm not into cheesy.
I have to find somebody else to talk to.
Schmaltzy.
There you go.
But it has been just one of the best experiences of my life. Really has been one of the most enjoyable things in my life.
I mean, think about it from this perspective. If it doesn't sound like it makes sense to you, is you've got something that you really enjoy thinking about, and you've got people that you really enjoy hanging out with, and you get to do that thing together on a schedule.
Right.
And people and the people around you kind of have to get out of your way and let you do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
and you've got people in your life who appreciate your heart being in this,
right, pursuing it,
and it really being kind of an important thing. Like, it's not a life or death thing, and I'm not really going to sacrifice my family's well-being or
right,
all that in perspective, and probably stating the obvious, but in the context of what kind of cool shit would you like to get to do,
right?
For the selfish side of you, for the side of you that has creative motivation and what have you, this is one of those things.
Yeah.
It turns out that this is something that I really, if somebody had described it to me years ago, I'd have been like, I really hope I get to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did get to do it. We got to do it for at least a year. And it's, to be clear, it's both of us saying, I got to step away for a minute. There's stuff going on.
And the truth of it is, it's been more than a year.
Yeah, it's been almost a year and a half since we started the project.
Getting it above the waterline to put the first episode out was...
Yeah. We did a lot of prep. Yeah. But it has been so much fun and so fulfilling. And to be honest, there is nothing in the world I enjoy more than sitting and talking with my friends.
Yeah.
And...
what are you going to do?
That's what this is,
right? That's what we
get
to do. We sit and talk to each other about shit we want to talk about.
Yep.
Yep. I do wish that we had the opportunity to have a few more people gather around and involve a few more people.
And we did talk about it to people, and schedules are schedules. Everybody's got a life.
Right.
Which is kind of why the hiatus is happening, right?
Yeah.
So, all right.
So, folks, we appreciate you. Those of you who have and will, we appreciate you tuning in. Obviously, the thing lives on in supposed infinity.
Yeah, as long as we continue paying for the podcast service, right? So if you haven't heard everything, go back and listen. I want to reiterate, man, the playlists are fucking cool.
Playlists are out
think
there.
about all the songs that you've heard about on this that you're like, oh, I love that song, or oh, I don't know that song, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Go back and check out the playlists. I will drop another link to the playlist master list in the upcoming drop for this.
You know what I'm going to do occasionally over the next few months?
What's that?
I'm going to listen to You Should Know This Song.
Have you never listened?
I've only really listened to
When you were
parts of
editing?
a few shows.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've never gone back and listened to us doing us.
Yeah, I wonder how, like, how could you do a best of? Like, if somebody asked me to do
Sure.
a best of, I'd have to go listen to 50 episodes plus.
Well, right.
Because I don't remember.
Right.
You know, it kind of all blends together into
You'd
one long
you'd
episode.
have to
you
plug
know?
through a few and pull some stuff out. But that's not out of the question.
Hey, you know, my daughter Amity and my sister Paula both always comment. If there are specific episodes that you like that you think shit would be cool, I'll try to put together a best of.
Yeah.
You know, give us your feedback if you want, whether it's them or whomever.
Right. That may be manageable for either or both of us in the coming months to put out an occasional sort of, mini compilation type.
And like you
stuff.
said, if it works out that we can do it once a month, that's great. But
Yeah.
for right now, we're going to say thanks so very much. And we're going to be off air for a bit.
Yeah. And donate to Wikipedia and be nice to each other.
More so now than ever.
And I think the real word, and if you don't really know the real meaning of the word, be gracious to each other.
Yes.
Give people grace. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what they're going through.
Whether you disagree with them or whether
Right.
you're
And when they start to anger you, get a handle on that and realize that the only way to communicate is to communicate. So
and that goes both ways. You got to listen as well.
both
as talk.
ways. You got to listen, and yes. So thanks for tuning in. We are Mixed Apes. I am Reed of Apes.
I am Race of Apes. This has been You Should
You
Know
should
This
know
Song.
this song, and
We're out of here.
sayonara suckers. I couldn't end it on a cheesy note. Peace.
Out.